Scorpio, I'm here with your weekly reading, and I have the chakra mindset cards for you. We have shame. Now this looks quite down and but often we are feeling like this, and sometimes it's not from anything that we've done, but we think that we've done something wrong, and we think that it's all our fault, or others sort of say, hey, it's your fault, and we get bogged down in this. And Scorpio can go down pretty deep. I know this. And you're very deep people, Scorpio. You love deeply everything, intense. You're very intense people. You do everything intensely. So when you aren't treated right, or you feel like you've been bashed down, it really can bring you down. So with the shame card, you may have been feeling like everything's your fault, and why isn't everything, why isn't anything working? What am I doing wrong? You may be trying to figure out what the deal is. And what they're saying is that it's okay to feel like that, and you've just got to ride it out, pretty much. And we all get like this at some time or another, but what we've got to do now with this card, when I turn the deck back over, I saw that on the bottom of the deck here was creative. And creative people often have these blocks and feel like they're an imposter and they're not good at something. And the bottom of the deck is underlying and saying that, no, hang on a minute, you are creative. Don't forgive yourself for what you have done or think you have done or not done, and move on. This is what I'm feeling. And underneath creative is safe with the bear. So I feel for you that this is how you're feeling, and shame is behind a lot of people with depression problems and things, and anxiety. Shame brings a lot of these things. That's underlying all of these sort of things. So if you've been feeling that way, they're letting you know that you are safe, and you should forgive yourself, because you, in spiritual truth, you have done nothing wrong. This world is a harsh world, and you are one of the strongest signs, Scorpio, but sometimes even you can be beaten down. And a lot of us have been beaten down these last few years. This all sounds very ominous, but the fact is that having this card, when you get to this point, this is like 10 of Swords. In the background there is a glimmer of sun and hope, and this is why they're saying that do not stay down there. The sun's coming back out and you are safe. You are a creative person. And they're also saying that creativity will help to pull you out of this. This could be some sort of addiction as well, even as simple as an addiction to being online. And you know that you should get offline. You know that you should get off the social media that is making you feel terrible, because you're reading sad things, you're reading arguments, text arguments between people, and being on there for so long is going to get to anybody. And it's okay, Scorpio. It's okay. But for you, Scorpio, it does really, really affect you. People don't realise how much it affects you. And that's why They're saying that if you can get into some sort of creative endeavour, could be anything, could be even just journaling out your thoughts. And if you have some really bad thoughts, a good thing to do is to write them out on a piece of paper and burn the paper or rip it up with gusto, or crumple it up, throw it in the bin. The physical act of writing those horrible thoughts out and screwing them up and putting them in the bin tells your mind that you've thrown them out. That's it. Physically, you've thrown them out. You don't need to think those thoughts anymore. That's a creative endeavour. Journaling, brain dumping. What made me sad today? You don't have to do it angrily. You can do it angrily if you want, but you can get your journal out. You can have a journal where you write what made me sad today, and you write it down, and then you write down what could I have done, or what can I do next time, tomorrow, tonight, that will make me happy. What thought what could I write down to do that will make me feel better? Something might not actually make you happy now, but what could I do? What can I do to make myself feel better? Reading, uplifting things. This is what's happened for you. But they're letting you know that it's safe, you're safe, and you'll be moving away from this soon. We've got the glimmer of sun on her. It's where you may have been here recently, you may be here now. You may not be. But if it does come, you know what to do. Realise that you are safe and do something creative, and that will help you. So, go to the next card. I really feel like that bottom of the deck for a reason. Those two, I could see the safe and the creative. Before I turned over that first card, I looked at these and thought, creative. They were important. So for the second card, we have 17 and we have the fates. So this happens. I feel like this is, these sort of things, they happen to all of us. This sort of thing happens to all of us. No one really gets out of it. Everybody has their turn at this. Don't think that, often we think we're the only one, and why do all these other people never happen to them? It's not fair. It does happen to them, but you just don't see it. They may not put it on line or whatever. They may do it in silence. A lot of people suffer in silence. It's not just you. And this isn't to negate what you're going through either. This is often when we're going through things, if we can go to a forum or somewhere where there are people writing down their story, that helps us feel better. I remember when my gorgeous dog passed away and I was feeling so low, and I found a forum. It just popped up online where people were talking about their experience when they lost their dog as well, and reading those stories really helped me, and I felt a kinship with those people, and I didn't know them, but I found that some people didn't understand how I felt, but the people on that forum did. I didn't write, I can't remember whether I put my story in, but I read all the stories and I just felt so included, so validated, so the people, they understood. It was beautiful. So, know that you're not the only one is very comforting. For 17, we've got you're on the right path with your thoughts. You have good reason to be optimistic about your plans and path. This powerful and sacred number also represents the Holy Trinity and pyramids. And the fates as well is things that fated to happen. This is like the Wheel of Fortune almost. It was bound to happen that you were going to go through this. Whatever it was, is. But with that good message of the number 17, saying that you're on the right path, this means that you're going to come out of this. There is an end to it, and it starts now, because they're saying you're on the right path. So perhaps this is something that you're coming out of, or you're out of now, and they're saying that you've learnt the lessons. And you've realised with this card, the story of this card is that, with the book, is that the fates, these are things that we go through, and things in life that we cannot change, we have to accept and surrender to. Things in your life may not be, a relationship in your life may be the hardest relationship you've ever gone through in your life and made you feel like this. But there was a reason for it, and the quicker that you can accept that the relationship how it was or is, the better you are, because we go into relationships thinking that we can mould people, and people say, oh no, I'm not, I let them do what they... No, we do in some way. We all do this to some extent. We want them to be how we think they should be, and when they're not, we're disappointed. People, we don't look in the beginning. That's what they talk about, red flags, which some things aren't just red flags. It's how people are. They show you in the beginning how they are, but because you're so starry-eyed with the love, you think that they are something else, what you want them to be. You see them how you want them to be, and when there are things that, when they show you bits of how they are that you don't like, you shut it out. But then that bit that you don't like, after a while, is not going away because it's them. That's how they are. So it all depends on you, on what you can deal with and put up with. This is the thing. You know, everybody's got their quirks, and everybody is themselves, and you can't change people. And we often think we can. We do. We all do it to some extent. And once you're aware that you try and do that, then you can heal it and not try so much to change people. And then sometimes the most loving thing you can do when a relationship is like that is move on and let that person, let them. Have you ever heard that thing that they're talking about online recently? Let them. If they want to leave, let them. If they want to be like that, let them. There isn't anything that the fates say that there isn't. You cannot live someone's life for them. As much as you love them, you can't love it out of them the way they are. You can't tell them how to do it. You've got to let them and accept this is how it is, even if you do love them very much. So I feel like you're learning all of this. You learnt a lot of lessons, and you're on the right path, because when you change your thoughts, you're going to become aware of these things, and that will help you to find the right person for you, instead of going blindly and hoping that someone will change once you're together or something. This is what I'm hearing for you. So Queen of Earth, we got Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, there's a little moth or something here. And I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, this is, as it says, Earth, the earthly realm. You're coming back down to Earth. And that's been the lessons. You've learnt so many lessons. And the earth is all about, obviously, the material things, and you're realizing that you have a lot more power than you thought. You are a king or a queen, and you're realizing that with this shame, you're not going to allow that to get to you ever again. How someone made you feel, or whatever, or how you yourself made you feel less than, not good enough. You've learnt and on the right path to being that wonderful, strong queen or king that you are. This topping off all these cards here. You're here on the right path, and you've accepted all that, and a new day dawns here. So those are your messages. It's a bit of a long one. I have some Scrabble tiles. We have M and N. You may come across someone in your life with these initials. And your dice is the plane. On the dice is the plane. So you're flying high and you're rising above everything that's happened to you, Scorpio. And so much has happened to you, but you're coming out of it now. You're really coming out of it. That's brilliant. You're flying high above. This is you flying high in your rightful place instead of down low. That's over. So those are your messages. Hope you like them. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a great week. Bye.